Hi everybody, welcome to this little demo video of creating your first app in SAP Build Apps. To do this, I've been sending you a little starter file, and you're going to use the SAP Build Apps Community Edition. You're just going to Google this, go to the first entry. You go to login and sign up, you create an account, and then you sign up, and you get this overview of your apps. You're not going to have an app. I have two. And you're going to create a new app. So you click on Create a New App, and you're going to import the starter project that I'm sharing with you. So you click on here, you select the file, and there's two files I sent you. One is the chuckl solution, and the other is the chuckl starter. Now, you don't want to use the solution unless you totally don't know how to solve this. You're going to use the starter, open it, and give it a name. I'm going to name it Chuck. You're going to create this. And then after a while, here's your new app that you're going to build. It already has a bunch of data things, a REST API, stuff like that. It's got some variables, two variables, joke and name already in it. We're going to start to build a user interface right away. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a button because we want to click something, and we want to output something. We want to output a text. So we're just going to drag this into, this is going to be your screen. And now what we're going to do is we click on this button to define the logic. To define the logic, you click on this here, and then sort of this goes up and you can define the logic. So if the component has been tapped, so if you click on your button, we want to do something with it. So what we want to do is we want to fetch a joke from an API. We want to fetch a new Chuck Norris joke. So we're getting a record. We drag this in, and we connect this. We connect this to this kind of flow node. And when we click on here and we say, okay, we want to query something, and so there is already a query defined. I've already done that, so you don't need to do anything with that. And then after we fetch the joke, we want to display it in this text field here. And in order to display it, we first need to assign it to a variable. So there's in here somewhere there is a set app variable. So we're going to set an app variable, and we're going to connect. There's two little connectors. We're going to connect the upper one, connector one, to the variables. Click on the variables, and it already suggests that we connect it to joke, and we assign it the value. We click on here. The value is the output of another node. So the other node is the get record node that we put in here. And so what we're getting is a record. A record is a data structure that has several fields, and we want to get the one that has the joke in there. So, and this is just a data structure that we're getting from this web service, and the value is actually the payload. That's where the joke is. So we want to select the value and save this. So now we're querying a new random joke from a web service, and we're setting it to a variable. Now we need to display that variable in this text field. So we click on this text field, and it says content. And currently it's a static text, so we can click on here and bind it to data and variables. So we click on data and variables, and we say we want to bind it to an app variable, and there's two of them. We want to bind it to the joke variable. And then we save it. So what we did is in button, we're clicking the button, we're fetching a joke, and we're assigning the joke to an app variable. And at the same time, we're binding the text field to that variable. Now we can save this app and already try it. For some reason here we can launch it. There's a launch. We can try this app. If we launch it, you can try it on your phone, or you can try it right in your browser and see what it does. So I'm going to click on here. So there's a another kind of page, and we open the web preview. And the web preview, we can now try this Chuck app. And we just click on it, and here's the Chuck L app that we're doing. So if I click on the button, I should be seeing a new Chuck Norris joke. So I'm clicking on the button, and America is not a democracy. It's a Chuck Tatership after Chuck Norris. Works. Let's click it again. Chuck Norris knows the way to see San Jose. Okay, great. So we're getting a new Chuck Norris joke every time we click on the button. Let's refine this some more. So now we're back. We can leave this tab open. Now we're back in SAP Build App where we actually built the thing. This was the launch panel. We go back to the UI canvas where we still have our app open. What we'd like to do is we'd like to personalize that joke. So instead of saying, it's a Chuck Norris joke, we'd like to direct it at somebody else. Wouldn't that be fun? Like somebody we know, or maybe even ourselves. So for this, we'd like to enter a name and then replace Chuck Norris with that name. So here's an input field. We can drag this input field and place it anywhere. I'm going to place it above the button. We can configure it, for example, with a label. We could say, enter a name. And we also want to bind it to a value. Remember, in SAP Build Apps, everything has to be bound to a variable, to a value. That's called data binding. It's an important concept in SAP Build Apps. So you click on here, you say data and variables, and we want to bind it to another app variable. Now we're already using joke for the result, for the joke that we're fetching online. So we want to store the contents of this input field and the variable name. Okay, so now we've bound this to name. And now what we want to do is, when we click the button, now we're just displaying whatever we fetch. We're assigning this to the variable. Now we want to take what's inside this variable and personalize it. And so here in this starter project, there is another category in logic is called by me. And by me, I'm sharing this. There's a personalized joke flow node in here. You can drag this out, drop it in here, and can connect it like the outcome. Like once you've set the app variable, connect it to the personalized joke flow node, and again assign kind of what comes out of here again to the variable. So going back to core, go to set app variable, and we're connecting the output of this flow node again to the variables. And I think we have to again click on here, variable name, assigned value. So we have to click on this as the output of another node. We're going to have to say personalized joke is the node, and the result. That's the thing that we want to assign to the global variable. So now we can save this again. And we don't have to launch the app again. You can leave it open. Isn't that cool? So now we've already got it here. So we can enter a name. We can enter my name, for example, Jens Mönig. We can say button. And we can say the people see you with brown teeth. We're in a room where Jens Mönig farted. Okay. Some of these jokes are a little risky. We can now also kind of work on this app some more. Now it says button on here. We could go back and say, okay, I want to do something like instead of label button, we can say, make fun of me. Okay. So I'm saving it again. And we can try this again. Remember, now it says make fun of me. We can also say, something like Mickey Mouse. So make fun of Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is clever enough to do crossword puzzles in ink. Isn't that kind of neat? Or we can say, app Guyver. That's what SAP Build was called. Let's make fun of App Guyver. Muammar Gaddafi was found when App Guyver flew over Libya and pointed him out. Okay, that's fun. It's SAP HANA. Make fun of SAP HANA. Okay, this is getting a little risky. Folks, this is it. This is your challenge. Try to build this app and maybe change it, maybe make it a little more fun, a little more engaging. Have fun and let me know how things are working. Cheers.